So, we'll now move on to a talk about geological hazards. Ayan, of Zamboanga Peninsula. Another interesting topic. Siya po ay ang director ng Zamboanga Peninsula Polytechnic State University ng Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office. Ano? Si Dr. Michael M. Cabiles. Sir, go ahead po.
Thank you so much, Doc Muji. A pleasant morning to each and everyone. Mayong buntag sa atong tanan. Maayong buntag, hapit na mahimong udto. So, I am going to give a brief talk about the geological hazards of Zamboanga Peninsula, where we belong. Okay? So, we know that our region, Zamboanga Peninsula, is a very vibrant region and it's very rich, not only culturally but also the diversity of animal species. So we have a diverse coastal landscape. Bibilisan ko lang po ha kasi I only have 15 minutes. Fishing-dependent community, no other person who knows more about fishing-dependent communities, kayo po iyon from BFAR. Rich biodiversity and we have a very vibrant fishing industry. So it serves as the economic backbone of the region and at the same time, it provides food for everyone and it's of cultural significance. Now, I am going to give you a backgrounder of the presentation. So if you will look at it, this is the map of East and Southeast Asia. Makita ninyo, merong mga dots dyan, and each dot represents a natural calamity or a disaster. So thousands of dots, I do not know ilan yan, but if you will try to observe, you cannot see the map of the Philippines. It is covered with dots. Those dots represents the frequency of every natural hazards. Nawala po yung Philippines, unlike Indonesia, klaro. Mongolia, yung desert dyan, the Gobi Desert, klaro. Russia, even Japan, klaro pa. Japan is known by everyone in the world that ito daw yung pinaka-epicenter, but it's not. It's not. In general, before we proceed to Zamboanga Peninsula, I want you to look at the data. Combining all natural disasters, Philippines recorded 261 events in just a year. And then if you will look at our archipelago, we are surrounded by trenches. So, kanan, kaliwa, sa itaas, sa baba, meron pong mga fault lines dyan. And don't you know, sa isang araw, there are about 200 plus earthquakes na nangyayari. It's just, hindi lang natin nararamdaman. So imagine na, in a country, merong 200 plus earthquakes. If you will compare it to other nations, ganun po tayo ka-bless ng mga sakuna. And apart from that, we are situated in the Pacific Ring of Fire. And all of us know, ito yung high school lesson natin na malapit tayo sa mga bulkan. O meron tayong mga bulkan. Hindi ko na i-expand pa. And tignan ninyo, in a day, if you will look at it, from 1907 going to present pala rather, yung magnitude 4 or higher, may mga records dyan. And then, tignan nyo po yung Zamboanga Peninsula. Mas malaki yung bilog, mas malakas po yung na-record na lindol. I want you to study the map and look at the circles that is placed within Zamboanga Peninsula, it is bigger compared to other areas. That is seismic activities. Annual cyclone frequency. Kung titignan nyo, kung mas darker ang color, mas darker red, it means mas mataas yung probability na magkaroon siya. So if you will look at the Philippines sa map, pulang-pula. And our neighboring countries, maputla. Next. Ito naman, annual flood frequency. Our neighbors in Southeast Asia, they have this great river. So it is understood na babaha talaga doon. In Vietnam, they have Mekong River. In China, they have the Huangzi River. Sa atin, wala tayong great river, but we are included in the list of countries na nakaka-experience ng matinding flooding. Tingnan nyo, blue na blue. How about drought? We do not have desert, but yet, look at the data. A simple representation, ano siya? Prone tayo for El Nino. And combining all the hazards, the Philippines is color red, mas darker, meaning i-compare mo siya sa lahat ng neighbor, mas swerte. No? Ano kayang plano ng Diyos para sa atin? Among all countries in the world, there was a study conducted in Singapore by Dr. Yusuf and Dr. Herminda. And then they found out, using this data, they found out that among all countries, so I don't know how many countries are there, 180? 120 countries. Tayo ang number 1 in the world as the most disaster-prone country. That is why investors are apprehensive to allocate their money for us because of this finding. And the study was done in Singapore. It's a third-party country. Now, let's delve into Zamboanga Peninsula. The region experienced earthquakes. Good thing wala tayong volcano masyado dito. We also experienced tsunami, landslide and erosion, especially over there in Buog, going to Pagadian. And of course, the most common, typhoons and flooding. So this is the recent weather forecast, Bagyong Christine. It is bigger than our country, if you will look at it. And common na ito sa atin. In United States, if they will have a cyclone, all of them are afraid. Kasi they are not used to it. But sa atin, common na yung mga ganyang weather forecasts. Now, I want you to look at Zamboanga City and Zamboanga Peninsula. We are not used to it. Sino yung mga tumagal na dito sa Zamboanga City and nakatira dito sa Zamboanga del Norte and Zamboanga del Sur? The truth is, we are not used to flooding. Our city is not designed to hold ganun ka laki na tubig. But in recent times, siguro mga 5 years ago lang, the country, or the city itself experienced a record-breaking phenomenon na hindi namin malimutan. Pakita ko sa inyo. Ito, malapit lang, Typhoon Bofa. Kung maalala ninyo ang Typhoon Bofa, international name niya yan, Pablo ang tawag sa atin. After Zamboanga Siege, natapos iyon October, it was followed by a low-pressure area that submerged the city, and all of us are surprised. Kasi gera, mainit talaga yun, and then sinundan ng baha. Nirecord yan. And then in 2020, we have Tropical Depression Vicky. 2021, ito na yung sinabi ko na sobrang lakas. 2021, in several towns of Zamboanga del Norte and Zamboanga del Sur, heavy rain caused by tropical depression only, okay, and low pressure area resulted in flash floods and displaced thousands of people in the peninsula. And first time yun. Dili ta sanay ani, kasi yung bagyo usually dumadaan sa Visayas going to north. Ang kanyang trajectory is going northwards, northwest. Pero ito, dumadaan na sa atin. Nakakagulat, no? I want you to look at the picture projected. That is the flea market in Putik. May nakalagay Putik. Ang Putik po pala, if uuwi kayo ng Zamboanga del Sur or Zamboanga del Norte, na dadaanan nyo po yan. Tignan nyo po yung market. And first time daw po yan, sabi ng mga matatanda, hindi pa yan nangyari sa lugar na yan. We've sent our rescue team para kunin yung mga natrap sa mga bahay. Actually, sa amin yan. And look at Tugbungan River. And also, the popular Tumaga River. All of those images nakita ninyo are first time kaming naka-observe. So, before, they always say that climate change is a hoax. Kasi it's a political propaganda and economic weapon to disarm probably other businesses. But we can experience it firsthand. We cannot say na hoax siya. Okay? So, the following are the impacts of geological hazards to the fishing industry. First, destruction of fishing vessels. Every time may tsunami, every time may earthquake, obviously, hindi sila makalaot. Displacement and homelessness, disruption of coastal infrastructure, and ang pinakamasakit is the loss of livelihood. Most of the people in Zamboanga Peninsula are so dependent in fishing. And kayo ang maka-attest nun kasi that is your field. Now, how about tsunamis? Don't you know na Luzon is waiting for the big one? Luzon, but in Zamboanga Peninsula, we already experienced the big one. The strongest earthquake that ever struck the Philippines happened here in Zamboanga Peninsula. Not in Davao. Not in Cotabato. Kasi ang Cotabato frequent sila pero chill lang. But when it struck Zamboanga Peninsula, sira talaga lahat. Grabe, about estimated number of dead is 8,000 to 15,000. Ang iba hindi na pinangalanan. Ipakita ko po sa inyo yung 1976 tsunami. Sa mga hindi taga Zamboanga City, tinamaan po kami nito 1976, August 17. That is a 29-foot tsunami. And it is also known as the Moro Gulf Tsunami. Sabi pa dito, it is the strongest earthquake to have hit the Philippines, and it happened in Mindanao, particularly in Zamboanga Peninsula. Ito yung mga archive photos na sobrang daming patay, mga bata usually. 8,000 to 15,000 ang patay, and some of them are nameless. If you will have a time, please visit Zamboanga, Pagadian City. Meron silang tinatawag doong Dakong Cross. Sinong from Pagadian? May isang cemetery doon, tinawag nilang Dakong Cross, malaking cross. And all of the nameless bodies are buried there. And those are the victim of the 1976 tsunami. So that is an 8.1 magnitude in the following tsunami. Earthquake siya, 8.1 magnitude. It's almost similar to what happened to Japan yung 2011 tsunami, malapit na. An estimated of 8,000 people on and off the coast died, and this was the most devastating tsunami as what I have mentioned earlier. So anong gagawin or ano ang mga senyales kapag may tsunami? Ang pinaka-first is magkakaroon ng shaking sa ground. Second, itagalog ko na lang, bigla ang pagtaas or pagbaba ng tubig. In Zamboanga City, way back, ilang decades na yon, yung bilanggit ko na year, napansin nila na umatras yung tubig. Nagkaroon ng grabe na low tide na first time nila yung nakita, ang bato nakikita na. Doon nagkaroon ng urban legend na may isang babaeng nagpakita to warn everyone to pray. So when the people from that area prayed, ang tsunami binangga doon sa may Pagadian City. Anyway, usap-usapan lang yun. Pero yun yung nag-create ng faith sa marami. Kaya maraming nakatirong naglalagay ng kandila sa may Port Pilar. The second apparition of Our Lady. So nung umatras ang tubig, or magkakaroon ng biglang pag-akyat ng tubig, mag-ingat na. You have to warn everyone to go to a much elevated area. As much as possible, akyat kayo. In Zamboanga City, we can proceed to Kabatangan and dyan, pag going to La Paz, kasi yan ang medyo mataas. Imagine a 29-foot tsunami. So, ito yung mga record. Nagka-experience ang Zamboanga Peninsula ng 5.5 magnitude earthquake. And then, noong 2022, kung maalala ninyo, merong na-record na 6.1 magnitude earthquake. That's February 2022. How about landslides? This is very common. It can disrupt transportation. Pwede itong pumatay. Landslide can be a product of unstable terrain, and due to lack of space, especially dito sa Zamboanga, masyadong mahal ang lupa. Ang iba, titira sila sa mga gilid ng bundok. And then merong wall ng lupa sa gilid nila. So, vulnerable sila doon. And then coastal erosion. Coastal erosion, this will be a result of waves, currents, and storms that gradually wear away the foundation of the soil. So, as time goes by, guguho yung lugar. And the third is disruption of access. This is what I mentioned a while ago. Yung transportation, mga rescue teams, hindi makarating sa lugar. Since geological hazard is already there, we cannot do about it. It's a fact. Wala tayong magawa kasi yun ang binigay ng Diyos. Imagine, number 1 in the world. Akala ko, number 1 in terms of military. Number 1 in terms of economy. Number 1 in terms of maybe genetic superiority, but it's not. God gave us, ano bang, number 1 in terms of calamity, devastation. Masakit minsan isipin, no? But the one who created this country probably wants us to be resilient among all people in the world. So mas persecuted ka, mas lalakas ka. So we have to get involved in disaster preparedness. That is why your agency must create a strong disaster preparedness plan. Dapat meron kayong rescue team. Okay? Meron yung Republic Act, that's Republic Act 10121, obliging all institutions in the government, all agencies, to form a disaster preparedness team or DRRMO. you have to make your infrastructure resilient. Nakaka-withstand siya ng earthquake. Magastos, pero Japan was able to do it. Our collaborative efforts, I will not anymore elaborate about collaborative effort, and we have to diversify our livelihood. To the fisher folks out there, you have to diversify your livelihood. Do not focus only on fishing. Para meron kayong secondary source of income. Kung sakali masira yung lugar na yon, meron pa kayong another alternative. So nag-signal na si Doc Muji, it's already time. Anyway, thank you so much. I hope you learned something from the geological hazards na meron in Zamboanga Peninsula. Thank you.